One more month, ladies. One mere month until we can finally lay NHL 17 to rest and plow through NHL 18 like Brian Campbell on RJ Umberger. Until then, we have a lot to cover to get you ready for NHL 18. Let's start with the NHL Beta review. I'm No Sleeves 12, and this is Are You a Beta? Let's start with a clean slate, ladies, and discuss NHL 3s, the new game mode for NHL 18. 3s is everything as advertised. It's fast, it's obnoxious, and it's insanely addicting. Let's go over the pros and cons of the 3 mode that were in the beta. Pro. It's fast. You get to whip around a smaller ice surface, ripping plenty of deeks and sick passing plays. Con. You need to forget about logical hitting physics. In 3s, simply bumping into each other will cause both guys to explode, which can lead to breakaways against if you're not looking for it. Pro. You can get much better, faster, due to the game's speed. It will force you to look for plays and passing lanes much quicker and lead you to have an eye, which will make you better in HUT and Versus. Con. The fact you can only play with 3 people. What I mean is, in the current build, you can only play 3s with yourself and 2 other people, which is insanely fun. However, you can't play with a full lineup, including someone playing as the goalie, which hopefully will be put into the full game. Pro. The fun bonus pucks make every game within reach. Some goals will count for 2 or 3, some will take away from your opponent's score. So even if you're playing some hero, you always have a shot. Con. The only main problem I have inside the actual game mode is how insane slap shots are. You can take them from anywhere, and since shot power and scoring is tuned up to arcade levels, it can get boring having someone with Shea Weber launch piss missiles constantly and basically just burn your CPU goalie. So let's dig into Versus. As a whole, Versus looks almost exactly the same. Other than a few new camera looks on replays, it generally looks the exact same. Where it plays much different, though, is the addition of the defensive skill stick. New in NHL 18, the defensive skill stick allows you to wave your stick and control where it is when you're back skating. It's basically to block lanes you simply couldn't in NHL 17. As someone who loves playing defense, it's already a favorite of mine. When using it to knock the puck loose, it'll actually do so and not draw the automatic penalty like the old base pocheck would. It'll also intercept passes if you have it blocking a lane. I love the new feature. The same goals still get scored, but I'll go over that in the Versus in-depth video I'm doing in a later time. The fact you pick your teams and settings before you auto matchmake is also an extremely decent feature because you're just saving from wasting your opponent's time as well as your own. As a verdict, I'll give it a 6 out of 10 because it is almost exactly the same graphics-wise, and as far as mechanics go, other than the defensive skill stick. Now, some of you are going to wonder why I didn't mention the new deking system. I'm going to mention that in a little bit, but it's almost exactly the same. A lot of people, when I was streaming it, asked me if I was playing NHL 17, and that should give you your answer there. But there's nothing wrong with it. They didn't take away and make it worse. They did make it better with the defensive skill stick, and I think it'll be really fun going forward next year. The last game mode I want to discuss today is EA Sports Hockey League, which came with 2 variants in the beta, 6s and 3s. 6s was 6v6, basically the normal EA Sports Hockey League that you're used to. You can play with up to 6 people against 6 other players. You could also do it where like 4 of you played against a 3 and the computers filled in the rest of the positions as well, like normal. Again, nothing looks different. Even the player style like grinder, sniper, etc., they look untouched, which is fine. As a player, the game seems snappier. There was no input lag and definitely felt like an improvement. The skill stick was again awesome, while goalies also seemed quicker. A quick side note for everyone looking for goalie tips in NHL 18, please hit up my buddy Jay Money, who runs the Crease Police. His channel will be linked down below. He plays on my league team, and we just finished our first round of the playoffs, 2-0, with 2 shutouts, so go show him some love. He's awesome, and his tips are fantastic if you're looking to play goalie. Again, I didn't mention the new Deeks here, and I'll explain why in a second. Now, the 3v3 club, which is new, is essentially an entire game played like overtime. Unlike NHL 3s, you can have a full team with a goalie. This was also a fun new feature, but my sense is people are still going to gravitate to the normal 6v6 mode. Also, to avoid any more confusion, I'm going to refer to EA Sports Hockey League 3s as E3s, as the amount of time wasted with my buddies trying to decide if they wanted to play 3s, the actual new game mode, or EA Sports Hockey League 3s was insane. So going forward, E3s is going to be what Club 3s is going to be called as far as I'm concerned. My verdict for NHL 18 EA Sports Hockey League, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. The reason why is the new skill stick makes it very fun playing as a defenseman, as well as it feeling a lot snappier and quicker, and the inclusion of NHL 3v3 in Club, I think, will be a good addition for the game. So, lastly, I want to discuss the new deking system in NHL 18 as far as the beta is concerned. I think that it is a very, very cool, and if you can pull one off, it is definitely insane. You're going to make someone look absolutely stupid. Now, that being said, to pull off the new Deeks, most of them include clicking in on the R3 toggle. The basic between the legs one, that one is easy to pull off because you essentially hold it down while holding L1. Now, shooting between the legs, that goal is rarely going to go in against a CPU goalie just because it's basically just a shot anywhere. They don't really, you have to be coming at the perfect angle. Now, there's guys out there, heroes out there that have mastered it already. I spent 3 hours in the NHL 3s mode is the only way you can play against the computer. Basically learning how to do all the one-handed stuff. And all of them were insanely awkward, but not only that, they took away most of your momentum. These moves are meant to use against goalies. The one-handed tap-in, the flip-up, all of those. They're meant to use against goalies on a breakaway to make them look disgusting. If you use them against a competent player, especially someone who's back skating, you're going to get rocked. Every time I used it against an actual user-controlled player, it was so easy to defend because all of the new deeks really take away your momentum, something that I hope they address in the actual game. As well as how insanely complicated they were to do. For example, the backhanded one-handed deke, you hold the backhand whatever way you're playing. You hold the backhand, hold L1 down, and then when you've done that, you basically bring the right toggle, if you're holding it backhand, to the opposite side and scroll it over the top. Now that sounds stupid and confusing, and to actually pull it off is just as stupid and confusing. That's not to say that I hate the new deeks. I think that they're sick. If you can pull one off, they make for great clips. But if you're looking to actually be better at the game, you're going to want to avoid them for the majority of the start of NHL 18 because they're just not going to do anything for you. And that's just my own opinion on them. So guys, that was my NHL 18 beta review. As a whole, the game looks fantastic. It does play a lot better. The menus, everything like that, they look a lot better. In the coming weeks throughout August, I'm going to release a video each Sunday like I normally do on each game mode, versus 3s and club, that I've recorded and whatnot, and we'll go over in-depth looks and things like that going forward. Something I do want to mention real quick, just a bunch of YouTubers and NHL smaller streamers and YouTubers that I've linked up with. I want you guys to give them some love. They're in the channel description. Just go and check out their stuff. They are a great group of guys, and just trying to build our channels. That being said, if you like my video, please sub to it. It does help me quite a bit, as well as check out my other stuff. If there's anything that you guys want to talk about or think I should do differently, leave in the comments section below. And make sure you hit me up on Twitch. I will be streaming NHL 18 thoroughly when it does come out, and I still stream currently now. I'm in the LGCHL playoffs on PlayStation, and my team is cruising through the first round. Our second round matchup starts tonight on Sunday, and it's going for the next 4 weeks until the Memorial Cup, and that's at twitch.tv/nosleeves12. Again, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Stay average.